today we're going to go over the process for replacing the Serpentine Belt Tensioner for the BMW model. That's the 2001 through 2010 X5, 545, 7 Series, and 6 Series. The tensioner is located in an engine compartment, and you can see how the belt wraps around it, and it's actually located right about here, you can see. And in order to get to the tensioner, we're going to do several things. We're going to remove the front engine plate. Okay, so we're going to remove this section here, front engine plate. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 bolts. Okay, star type bolts that look like this. We're going to remove those, and that's going to help us get to the area that we need to get to work on, and that's where the tensioner is. We're going to remove the belt, or at least loosen the serpentine belt, and from there we'll be able to replace the tensioner. So to remove the cover here, I'm going to use a T30 star socket. Okay, and I'm going to remove all 10 of the star bits. Once the star bits are removed, I'm going to just simply lift the cover away from the area. Now the cover is still connected to the cables that hold the hood release, and so I'm going to carefully just place it out of the way far enough so it's not in the area that I'm working in, without disrupting the cables. Next, I'm going to use a T55 star bit socket along with a long breaker bar, and I'm going to place it on the fitting for the tensioner. The tensioner is located right here, and the fitting is to your right about there. Okay, right about there, and that's where you're going to place the braking bar. The braking bar, if it's not a torque wrench, you'll need to place it so that it's aimed to the left, because you're going to turn the tensioner, or the detensioner part of the tensioner, to the right in order to release the serpentine belt, or the drive belt. That's going to loosen the belt and allow you to slip it off. Okay, so I now have my breaker bar in place, and I'm going to turn it to the right, and as I turn it, you can see the belt loosening. I hope you can see that, and that will allow me to slip the belt off of the tensioner. Don't have to remove the belt entirely, but just enough to get it loosen the tensioner so that you can remove the tensioner itself. Now, to remove the tensioner, I'm going to use a 16mm deep well socket and a long torque wrench or breaker bar, and I'm going to turn counterclockwise to loosen the bolt in the center of the tensioner. So you're going to turn counterclockwise to loosen. Make sure that the deep well socket is evenly seated on the bolt so that you don't strip it. So once you loosen the bolts, the tensioner should slip right out, and you can see how it's made. Here's the star bit that you use to turn in order to loosen the tensioner in order to get the belt off. And here's the center bolt that you use to loosen in order to get the tensioner itself out. When you purchase a new tensioner, it's going to contain a little key that holds the tensioner in position so that you can more easily install the drive belt. This needs to come out, this pin needs to come out before you install it. If you attempt to install it and tighten it down with this tensioner in position, you'll most likely break the tensioner. So you want to remove that before you tighten it.